between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone, and he's only going to make it to the... line and no further.
The Jaguars score first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Now ETN to start the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Willis going to try to run it, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
Second down and goal. Willis got St. Brown running the quick slant here. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
Going option left on 4th and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Malik Willis scoring on a 2-yard keeper. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
And Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. 55-yard punt, 11 on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. Finding space at the 40. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. Yeah, he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well. First and 10, Willis. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Lions had 8-3 now. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And in for the Lions, touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Simon up and good, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
The tackle there by Malcolm Rodriguez. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll go again with Etienne.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Lawrence on 3rd down. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a three-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Either almost push them to the brink, or if they partner almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one, 11 yards in the first down. Willis looking to throw on first down. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Willis. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Touchdown, Detroit! Malik Willis with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Simon up and good. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Play action. It's Lawrence. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now Chenault on the end around. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Well, I know it goes against the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future, and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
Willis's throw taken in by Hawkinson here. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, Willis. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked by Tracy Walker. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it is 28-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there and a first down. 1st and 10, it's Willis. Flushed out right. Open man, he's got him to tight end Hockenson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, it's Willis. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Agnew now to return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain super...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Jeff Okuda. And he'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Touchdown! DJ Chark from 17 yards out. And the Lions open the lead up to 34-0. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Draw play, ETN. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard 41. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And the Lions will take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and it is 42-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Lawrence to throw. And now here's another interception. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run.
Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Okay, ready. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Once again, it's Swift. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They run the option on 2nd down. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use it more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead. Usually not as fumble prone either.
Now, that is so true because they are taught. Take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
Conventional wisdom tells runners to work north and south and get upfield, but he was hoping he could win the race to the pylon. Excellent job of pursuit there by the defense, and they wound up knocking him backwards.
Now it looks like he'll throw here to the end zone, but it's incomplete. But this